by the way. They were tied together. It was pro-porn, pro-sex, and no-fault divorce. Okay, now the divorce rate in the country, the 50% divorce rate is kind of a myth, though it has gone up. Women initiate 69% of all divorces, just to be clear. And infidelity and physical abuse are not even the top 5 reasons listed. Marriage rates are at their lowest point ever. And then we'll get into, before we get to marriage, the reason that people are just checking out of the dating pool for serious relationships whatsoever. I mean, you guys talk about this a lot. And I think a lot of people think, well, why is this happening? It's not that confusing when you actually look at the environment.
Yeah. Bridal companies are actually going out of business now, too.
Really?
Yeah, we did an episode on it.
I thought that was a license to print money.
It used to be.
Yeah.
Used to be.
Yeah.
It used to be one of those industries that was unaffected by the economy because people waste money on stupid shit.
Yep. Yeah.
$10,000 dress?
Yeah.
That's
Yes.
me.
Say yes to it.
I'll fit in it for one day and then it blow up afterwards.
Yes, exactly. I can still wear my tux. Now, what were you about to say? Yeah.
I just want to add as well. The question is, how do you destroy a country that's great?
Yeah.
And it's destroying the family first. And I think I want to add here as well, social media played a huge role in this because, once again, TikTok is spreading a propaganda where they push women to be independent, be that woman, as you see early on in those TikTok videos, and then men are becoming less like men. So it's kind of like this whole culture of being in the social media world and what's happening destroys the whole family completely.
Yeah.
And you hit the nail on the head with a lot of the problems. Like, I pretty much was writing down, I was like, feminism leads to birth control, which then leads to sex without consequence, which then leads to divorce. Then that destroys the family. And then on top of that, to compound the issue, you add in social media, just like Fresh was saying, women have more options than ever before.
Right.
So when women have a lot of options and they feel that there's a bunch of suitors that can take care of them, or they believe so, even though because women make this terrible mistake of thinking sexual attraction and men wanting me is the same as men that are going to take me serious for a relationship.
Right.
They conflate the two very often. I can't tell you how many times we brought girls on the show. I've interviewed almost 3,000 girls now, and it's amazing to me, even women that are professionals that have PhDs or master's degrees versus women that are, retards that are strippers. They all have this crazy mindset where I have a bunch of guys in my DMs, so I have a bunch of options, so I'm going to go ahead and play the field and do what I need to do, which is where you end up with women like that girl before, where she has guys that are going to go ahead and give her these experiences, these dates, these situations that she might not necessarily be able to afford herself, maybe sugar daddy.
Yeah.
Then she has the Chads and the Tyrones, et cetera, that are, blowing her back out. So women are able to kind of play the field and get what they need and extract different commodities from men.
Well, you'll never blow the retarded strippers back out because they have retard strength.
Yeah, they do.
I think we need a stronger pole because I keep bending it. Now,
Though I don't think that's what that means, but yes.
Here's some of the consequences, by the way, like you're talking about. We have these numbers. We'll make them available to you. The body counts, as people talk about, the promiscuity, right? Women control access to sex. They're taking advantage on dating apps like Tinder. Men swipe right.
So right's the good thing?
Yeah. Right means that, hey, I like this person.
Okay.
Men swipe right far more often than women. Women swipe right only 5% of the time. Men, 53% of the time.
Wow.
And by the way, Tinder is also
auto.
not a good place to find meaningful relationships.
Yeah.
And to sort of put a face to it, an altered face to it. Social media influencer, and this, I guess she's a fitness model, BRITTANY RENNER.
Oh, man.
And by the way, fitness model for women just means you're just not fat. Like, this is one thing, too, when women say, like, you have no idea what it's like to have these body standards. They were doing pull-ups before the show. Like, you have any idea how hard it is to be lean and muscular? It's like, just don't be Tess Holliday, and guys will find you attractive.
Yeah.
So BRITTANY RENNER, who's a fitness model, made internet waves talking about her body count on the Bus Confessions podcast. Oh, that's a good sign.
So you said your count is 35?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. How do you feel about that number?
It's kind of like annoying because at least half of my list
She's in
I
a
only
bus.
had with one time.
Oh, okay.
So, but I still have to wear those.
Yeah,
You know what I
still
mean?
have to count
It
them.
still happened, But I think that's the only thing that's annoying is
The
that
music is annoying.
that's my number, and I can't even have on a regular basis. It's usually quarterly. Like that's kind of been my schedule, unless
Like
I'm
taxes?
in a relationship or talking to someone. That pre-commitment phase, which has not been anything recently. It sucks. So over half my, probably about half my list, one time. So.
How bad are you in bed? Now, getting rid of
Well, that's a lot. That's a lot of
the moral
ones.
idea. The moral consequences, like that. At a certain point, it's you.
So many of the people that I slept with didn't come back for seconds.
Yeah, if they're not living with a smile on their face,
You're doing
it's not
something
that
wrong.
complicated for men.
Yeah.
I want to mention too.
Yeah, go ahead.
Do women ever tell their real body count Just being
I don't
frank
think
here.
so, right?
Yeah.
We never really
We have an
know.
equation. It's actually multiplied by 7, add another 10, then divide by 1.
Well, who are these women? Roadies for Van Halen?
What was that line in Clerks when he's at?
And I will say this too, because we actually spoke with her on Academics podcast,
Yes.
and I predicted this. I told her, yo, you're going to have a very difficult time finding a guy because you're out there on social media. You've banged a bunch of athletes and celebrities. Guys aren't going to take you seriously.
Yeah.
And since you're famous and you make a certain amount of money, you've basically ostracized a majority of men from taking you seriously. You're probably going to end up single. And the thing is, she's starting to realize that now.
Yeah. Yeah, no, you're absolutely right, and I don't think we need to run another clip of her because we get the point. She likes sleeping with guys; they don't like sleeping with her. Now,
She slept with 3 in one day, though. I think that's an important note. You don't have to run the clip. I'm just saying
she
that's the
before
reveal.
you feel bad for her.
Yeah.
She did the hat
Maybe it was
trick.
3. Maybe it was.
3 in one day.